welcome to today's video. Today for math, your objective, your goal is I can make 10. So we're going to work on this. Afterwards, you can go ahead and play some boom cards, play some assignments or games on Google Classroom. If you need any help joining, please let me know. I can give you directions on Class Dojo. I can message you on Facebook. I will also include a picture of some quick assignments you can do at the end of the video, and I will link some songs in the description box below for you to practice with. So let's go ahead and get started. So today for making 10, we're going to use a 10 frame. So a 10 frame, in class we got to use these really cool magnetic ones, and it was a great time. We're going to make it work today. A 10 frame holds 10 items. So 10 counters, 10 little, gummy bears or snacks you can put in there. If you want, you can go ahead and draw a 10 frame on your whiteboard, on your piece of paper. And if you don't have any of those items, that's okay. So we're going to double check and make sure it holds 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a 10 frame can only hold 10. Any extra, which we'll work on in a different lesson, go on the outside, and we'll talk about that later. So I have an example 10 frame down here. We're going to work on one example together, and then we'll do a few more. So in our 10 frame, we're going to count how many red counters we have inside the 10 frame. So let's go ahead and get ready to count. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to double check it, and I'm going to cross off the counters as we go to make sure that I have counted every single counter one time, not twice, and also to make sure that I didn't skip any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many red counters do I have? You're correct, I have 8. So I'm going to write that. I hope you guys can see. I feel like I say this every video. So we have 8 counters. Now our goal is to make 10. When we're making 10, we're filling up our 10 frame with 10 items. So I want you to answer, how many more counters do we need to fill up our 10 frame? There's 2 ways you can do this. You can look at the 10 frame and just simply count the empty boxes, or you can go ahead, I like using a different color to help me see, so I've color-coded everything, and fill in the 10 frames with some more counters. So let's see how many green ones we have to add. 1, 2. How many green counters did we have to add to fill up our 10 frame? You're correct, we had to add 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to read our number sentence. We have 8, and that is the amount of counters that we started with. Plus, we are adding more counters into our 10 frame so we can get 10. 8 plus 2. 2 are the amount of counters we had to draw in to fill up our 10 frame equals, now this is kind of like a trick question, 8 plus 2 equals what? What amount are we trying to get with our 10 frame? You're correct. We're trying to get 10. So I'm going to count my counters all together just to double check. But a 10 frame can only have 10. So if it's filled all the way through and there are no extras, your answer is 10. So let's go through and count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Now, if you were doing this and you somehow only ended up with 7 or you ended up with 13, that means something went a little bit wrong. Today, we're only going up to 10, okay? So let's go ahead and do 2 more examples together. I'm going to switch sides. Oh, hopefully not move the whole couch. So let's go ahead and get ready. Again, I have color-coded everything to kind of make it easier. Families, if you're watching with your students, sometimes color-coding things can really help them visually see the concept easier. So I want you to tell me how many red counters did we start with? And I'm going to get a different color to cross them out. So you can either count right now by yourself, count the red counters and say the answer out loud. And pause it if you need more time, or we can work together. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, count with me. 3, 4, 5, 6. How many red counters do we have? 6. Good job. So now we have 6 red counters plus whatever amount it takes to fill up our 10 frame equals the answer we're looking for, 10. So how many counters do we need to fill up our 10 frame? There's 2 ways you can do this. You can pause the video, count the empty squares, or we can work together and fill up the empty squares in a new color and see how many we had to draw. So go ahead, make your decision, either pause the video and count, or continue watching and let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many green counters did we have to add to our 10 frame to fill it up? 4, good job. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 red counters plus the 4 green counters we had to draw to fill it up. 6 plus 4 equals, what amount are we trying to get in our completely filled 10 frame? We're trying to get 10, but let's double check and count just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. I met my objective. I met my goal. I was able to figure out how many counters I started with, 6. I was able to see how many more we needed, 4, to give us 10. I didn't go under 10 and I didn't go above 10, so I met my objective, my goal. So let's go ahead and get started on the next one. How many red counters are we starting with? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Good job. We have 3 red counters. Now, we need to see how many more counters we need in order to make 10. So again, you can either pause the video, count the empty squares, and then go and press play and see if your answer is correct, or we can work together. So I'm going to use a different color, and I'm going to see how many more counters, how many more circles I need to draw to fill up my 10 frame. Let's go. 1, 2, make sure you're counting with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many green counters, green circles, did I have to draw to fill up the rest of my 10 frame? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 3 plus 7 equals, and what amount are we trying to get? 10. Good job. And I'm going to count and double check. Now, double checking your math work is always a great idea. We definitely have a lot of time in our hands. So I want you to go through on all of your math stuff, whether it's on the Boom cards, Google Class, the assignments on here, and double check your answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Good job. So go ahead and you can either do the assignment at the end of this video. I'll give a few examples that you can fill out on a different piece of paper or just out loud, or you can go onto the Boom Cards app, play those. There is an addition to 10 game, or you can go onto Google Class and play those math games. I miss you, and I'll see you on the next video.